Hello. We have another game with our Dark Elves against Chaos Dwarfs. Let's have a look here. Did we play this person recently? Name looks familiar. No, I don't think any of those are us. 310. One guard one might blow, one block. Okay, so they've got three. The three skills they've got are good, and they also actually have 2 block hobgoblins. So, yeah, I'm thinking we're going to see a bribe here. If there's not a bribe, I'd be extremely... I suppose you could also take a chainsaw, I suppose, but I'm thinking bribe because he's already got 12 players. So, but he might surprise us. I don't think so, though. I think that's what we're going to see. I guess they're probably having a quick look at our team as well. So we've got to try and, you know, cross our fingers that we can come back after some of these rough recent games. But we might not. The reason I might recognize the name is because they're a good player, I don't know. Sometimes I think you run into somebody that you've played before, and sometimes you just run into somebody that, yeah, you've sort of seen on the table or whatnot. Not that I look at it that much anymore. I will try to be as wakeful as I can, but I've had a week of early mornings, so we'll see how we go here. Usually the game begins to wake me up. Oh, he's going to get another hobgoblin and a bribe, isn't he? No, he's got a hobgoblin dirty player is what he's got there. Which is kind of a cool idea as well, actually. I can almost guarantee that that's what that is. Spirit doesn't tell us so. You should be able to see that. I wonder if you can see... I doubt it. I wonder if you could see it if somebody buys one before it's your turn to make your decision. I don't know if it's a kind of interesting one. Is the Hobgoblin Dirty player better or worse than a bribe? That's an interesting question. I feel like you see bribes more, which makes me think that bribes are better, but maybe it depends. Oh, we're kind of playing in the same colours by the looks of it. Alright, so it's the usual thing of can we survive? And the usual answer of probably not. 3 loners. Fairly typical for situation. And you know what? Let's put the wrestler in the middle. Let's have an Agi on each side. I should turn off the chat, shouldn't I? Not in a mean way, just because it's distracting and you never know when somebody's gonna, you know, like there's so many games where I've started and people have been like friendly and then and then it turns out they're not as friendly when things start going a certain way. This person seems like they're probably friendly, but you know, it's easier not to do the chat. Sadly. And if I keep seeing it, then I'm going to want to react. That's the thing. If you don't, I know I could leave it on and just let... But even that can affect you. Because you're sort of glancing over at it. So, anyway. If it was somebody I actually knew, I'd turn it back on. But it ain't. Okay, more rerolls to them. That's a pity because it puts him up to 3 now, whereas, you know, maybe he'd use some up on his bull centaur, you know, maybe he'd use my, he's got no, like, safe ball handler, so he might use up some of his 2 trying to pick up the ball. But I think this could be a hard matchup, but we'll hope for the best. I don't think it's a I wouldn't put it down as a terrible matchup. But they've got a few of the things they need in place, which is the our big problem. Surprised there's no wrestle hobgoblin. Presume they'll push one of the Agis back. Yep. I presume they're not going to foul a loner. So they'll probably just save him. Yep. Oh, interesting. Seem to have run into a bit of indecision. Maybe sending him back because he's presuming that we might try and get somebody through, one of our agilities through, and having him a little further back maybe feels more promising to him. Okay, drops the reroll in. Doesn't get it. I guess we do have to go attack that, right? Or at least in as much as we can. Which is not that much, as it turns out. Ooh, especially now. I mean, that doesn't really protect him. Sorry, I'm... you can tell I'm thinking here. For what good that does. Okay, we'll see how disastrous this is. Obviously, this guy is very easy to surf. This guy's a little harder to surf, but still doable. He could drop that in. He'd have to mark this guy up, and he can... Well, I don't know. It might actually be a bit painful. So he might just take the hits here. Like, the hit here. The hit here. Well, I don't know. He wants to surf that guy. We'll see. Sent both my Agis up this way, because basically this feels like a marginally safe way. And I brought this guy because the Didn't want to leave this open in case he decides to bring a hobgoblin. I don't think he could have surfed him, honestly. But just to try and play it safe so that she couldn't get surfed. Because I think now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because he'd need somebody here to push her off, so... Just trying to make sure it was closed. Alright, so he's just going to surf the lineman. You know, which is one less guy on the field, right? So... It's nice in that sense, but it does drag a lot of his team over to this, right? So he does need to worry about the ball somewhat. He'll probably pick it up, but if he doesn't, that could be interesting next turn. Obviously rolling the both down skull for us was quite problematic, but I think he's going to do the surf first. Okay, so that's one less guy he's got to worry about for the moment. Picking up with a hobgoblin for safety. Rolled a 6 anyway, so now he wishes he picked up with a bull. The question here is, can we get some divide on this team? It's going to be quite tricky, I think. Might be somewhat possible. I don't know if we've got the players in the right places, though. So you would come in here for an assist. Be 2 dice. Probably better off just doing it with him. But I don't have any, so yeah, you're gonna have to do that. Put her under. Or over, put him under. Oh boy, we've really got into a bad pattern here. And that's terrible as well. We didn't even get anything for it. It's being a real problem with our getting into good positions in games. Is that, like, well, this is another example. So last turn we got a guy surfed because we rolled both downs. This turn, we use our first reroll because we rolled a 1 on our first dice roll of the turn. It's like... I know it's little right now, but, like, that stuff will add up. I mean, I say it's little. We're a man down, and we're on 1 reroll. So... It's little things like that that are kind of adding up to make the game a bit... like, games harder for us. Now, that's not to say that that's the be-all and end-all, but it's you know, causing us sort of constant problems, right? putting us in bad positions early on in games, effectively. I wonder if he's thinking about surfing this guy, so... Yeah, he is, for sure. So I would probably do that too. So move him to here, this guy moves him to here, and then he surfs him there. So I don't like the fact that we made that block in retrospect. Oh, it might... Okay. So that thankfully for us is over. That prospect. I mean, it's a bit risky because, like, obviously he doesn't have, like, a great protection for the ball. Sideline caging is extremely dodgy with the witch around, so, like, if he doesn't, like, get somewhat safe here, the ball is in danger, so he's got to think about trying to set up something of a kind of cage, right? So now he doesn't have the assist here because it was a... I expect he was anticipating or hoping for a knockdown so that he got an automatic assist so he could hit that. See, I think that's probably sensible because you know, the temptation is to put him on the sideline, but with agility 5, you just... That is a big old risk. Nice. So that's certainly a touch unfortunate. But not completely unexpected. Certainly not great though. So you're standing up. So I think what we'd like to do is come in through the back, push, then maybe we get another hit if we get pushes. I obviously I'd rather be using the wrestle or, you know, I mean arguably this guy, but she has dodge through no tackle, which would be quite nice. Does mean I have to pop this guy in here. Don't need to mark these two guys up because they won't be involved. Okay, the guard can just go down there, just be rid of him for a minute. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting a pair, but I'll take a pair. Not a fully ideal spot. But in fairness, I mean, we knocked it to there, so... dodge isn't going to work. Oh, those GFIs. Oh, was it the GFI? No, it was the tackle. Hey, Satan Rick, how's it going? I just, you know, when I made the team, it seemed like this was going to be the last chalice, so... I mean, maybe it still is. I guess we don't know yet. Oh, he timed that nicely with the both downs. This is obviously the downside to jumping in with the witch. I mean, honestly, I suppose, I don't know if we've heard any more, but I guess there's still a chance this is the last chalice. Well, I guess we'll see. If it's not, I guess it might still be last time Dark Elves. Probably play something else next season if there is a next season. We shall see. But no, definitely not moving to Blood Bowl 3. I mean, there's no reason to yet, so... Unless they bring in some admin tools and we can play some leagues. But the last I heard was what you told me the other day. That there is a hiatus on them making the Season 1, I suppose, until they're ready. Whatever that entails. So this isn't a terrible situation, but he probably is fine here. Yeah, that pickup is huge. I mean, the good news is we dove in and rolled a skull, so even our block guy would have had problems there. And he just rolled 2 skulls before, so he can't really complain. But now, obviously, we're in no reroll territory, which is always scary. That would have been an amusing pass. Oh, the power of doom. Oh, the armor break of doom. She was gonna be our person. Played against CCL admin, at least he said they would just extend the CCL in Blood Bowl 2. They're just gonna keep extending this one? Where? That was an aggressive block there. A block on block. I think I'd have done this one first. This seems like the best course of action. I should probably pick this guy up first. I mean, obviously, is this the best course of action? How much can I trust a loner? She's got built-in rerolls. We should have trusted the loner. So this is a 2 dice. Which way do I want to push this? Probably down this way. Oh, why game? Why? That's 2 dice, so we'll actually take that one. Don't like that these guys are trapped over here, really. Hey, look at that. Oh, a stun. Is that something I want to do? Not necessarily. Don't really want to get this guy surfed, though. But I do want to keep this guy tied up, so I like that. Okay, we've got to be patient. Yeah, I mean, they've already extended the CCL, right? So I suppose there's a danger of it getting sort of slightly warped with people playing very long times. I suppose it's good for me, though, because old people like me who, you know, want to play but not have to cram, like, 30 games into 3 weeks. So I suppose overall I'm not complaining. Ooh, okay, that's a good start. Now it's no rerolls all round, which is always exciting Blood Bowl. Means that chaos can and probably will happen. But we'll see how it unfolds. I suppose we've both got players over here that we don't want trapped up. Is he going to try and, like, he could put this guy in here and come over and try and chain us out. Is this a chain attempt? Or is this just a... Okay, no, it's not a chain attempt. Down she goes. Yeah, I think I would enjoy it if I, you know... Sure. I can't. It's Miss Next. If it was this game, I'd try and keep her. I mean, you know, that's gonna happen. Oh. The pairs. Okay, so now things are tricky. Now it's looking... Suddenly it's gone from looking like we had a pretty good situation to... it's going to be hard now to get this ball free. I mean, he's still got to get it down the field and score, I suppose, but being without that witch is unfortunate. But I think we had to let it go because she's... You know, by Miss Next Gaming... she's still alive, right? And she's not broken, so... That's unfortunate. I think I'm going to have to do some... I want to get my blodgers back involved, but it means doing blocks with non-blockers. But I think that's kind of probably the best idea right now. I was kind of expecting to say that and then roll a horrible dice there. This one I think we do with the blocker. Let's see, I think you have to come over here. Nice. Should have got one of these guys up already. Oh, he's going to have to get up unless... Okay, so I think the witch is just going to have to get back in position. Because I can't, like, I have to make this. Or I have to, I have to attempt this dodge. And I don't want to have both of, like, two of my very important players down when I do it. Downside is I've got nobody to try and retrieve the ball here. Oh, don't keep doing this. Oh. Oh. It's a disaster. 1 into a 6. Yeah, so I tried playing Blood Bowl 3. I played a game with Dark Elves in the open ladder, and I never even posted the video of it because it honestly kind of felt like just playing Blood Bowl 2. Like I I think I won it, but it was like exactly like playing a game of Blood Bowl 2 would be. I used the exact same tactics. I think I was against another team that pretty much stayed roughly the same, like Skaven or something like that. And honestly, I didn't enjoy it any more than Blood Bowl 2. Now, playing the Old World Alliance and the, what's the other team I played a bit? Oh, I played Chaos, which I suppose isn't really different to old Chaos. Although, is it? Don't they have an Ogre now? So I think that did feel a bit different, so that was fun. But yeah, so it didn't sort of make me... So I was like, well, I'll practice some Dark Elves, but I was like, well, you know, played that game and I was like, well, I guess I kind of know what I'm like to do with Dark Elves, so... Making the blitz here. I guess it's because he wants to form like a cage. I presume. Or at least a screen. I guess this guy's going to come back. The problem, what sucks about it going to the Bull Centaur is that he can actually get in, I imagine. One. He can definitely get in. Now, the rest of his team is quite spread out, so if we can get a decent enough retreat here, maybe we can, and like block up some of his players that he'd use to come and help him, maybe we can isolate him. But, you know, we'll see. I intentionally put this guy so he'd have to GFI to get to us. But that doesn't mean he's not gonna. I haven't really done any pictures lately. I'm still sort of in a period where I've sort of had some shoots organized that, or sort of half organized that just waiting for things to come in, unfortunately. The closest I've had is the, you know, pictures we took down on the coast when we went down. Okay, that's nice. That's one less person that's gonna have an easy time getting down there. I guess the other thing we can do, perhaps, is, oh, that's a bit dangerous, actually. So yeah, you go mark here. You're on tackle. Oh, this could be bad. Did I go through the Chaos Dwarf after all that? Oh, it is bad. Okay. Don't you skull me. Oh, nice. Oh, hello. Why would I take that path? Oh, well, that's not happening. We'll call that a scoring threat. How about you? I feel like I've seen some performance ones, but I don't know if they're old ones or new ones. Like some gig pictures. Because I know you've been sort of rebuilding it as well from your old account. That's a pity. If this guy was down here, that would be a much stronger position. Okay, cool. Yeah, some nice atmospheric gig pictures. I think I've only tried shooting pictures at gigs like one time. And it was fun, but yeah, it's kind of fun because you, I mean, as well as it being a problem, the other nice thing about it is you kind of get your lighting provided, right? The downside is you don't necessarily get to choose your lighting, but it's there in its way. Oh, why the pause every time? Okay, she's alive. I imagine what he's going to do. Okay, that's not what I imagined. I imagine he was going to come down here, run the ball down, and then attempt the dodge off with this guy to try and close it in. I mean, that probably still what they're going to do, but wow, another double one. So he's had his share of bad luck as well. He can't. Okay, he can't score. Right? Yeah. So that's not good. How can I do this in a... I don't really want to... I guess like this. I think I have to try and grab the ball next. Honestly, he maybe should stay there. Oh. I kind of need that to work because I think he's going to run back and try and stamp on us here. Because obviously this is this is probably our most dangerous scoring threat here. I'd have liked to have got this guy out, but obviously doing that before doing those other ones was silly. So yeah, the plan was going to be dodge that guy out and go tag the hobgoblin. I mean, we've at least got 2 options, maybe 3 options, maybe 4 options, kind of 4 options. Although this guy's not going to be where he is unless he rolls some dub skulls here. But yeah, he's had his share of bad luck as well, and at this point, maybe he's had more, honestly. So I think what he's going to try and do here is knock this guy down, follow up to here, and then knock this guy down, and then come up through here and foul us. Yep. Everything he's doing is very suggestive of that. Plan challenge isn't the lighting, but the angles. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I think I would do the foul first, and then if it works, run this guy up here. Although you could also consider just going here. Yeah. Means we've got to do the 3+2+. Just a stun is nice. So what is our best option here? Probably just this and then try and launch it towards the end zone. I mean, we could try and come up here, do the handoff, and then come around and throw, but that's a handoff into like a, what, 4+, so... And then... probably a 2 or 3+ throw. I don't think the witch can do anything useful here. So I think, sad though it is, I think we just got to go for this. You know, it's not a problem. I'll be right back. Yeah, and I suppose everything is reactionary too, right? So... Oh man, if we had our agility 5 witch, we could go through here and get rid of his might blow. That'd be huge. But we don't. So let's not think about that, because we could go like 3+. It's kind of set up so it'd be tricky. Do I try and knock down his front line? I don't think so. Let's see. Try and cover the blitz a little, you know, as much as we can. If we're covering the blitz, we should do this, really. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So, what does that mean? Oh, imagine if it had been like one of the centaurs and we could go through and do a surf. Does that mean we push up in this direction? I mean, I think it does, honestly. So it's a bit dangerous leaving the ball uncovered like this, honestly. Get that one. Don't make me use a reroll on the first turn. Thank you. I think we just try and keep these guys a bit tied up, honestly. Let's see, I just got a message from my wife. Let's see what she's saying. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it on, watch it on the computer, because I can't look at my phone for that right now. Hopefully there's no unfortunate audio. It's supposed to be a picture, video of a fox that she's just seen. Uh-oh. Interesting. Oh, there's a KO. It does kind of look like a fox. Sorry, I'd show you guys, but it's not necessarily worth seeing. It's a weird place for it to... It's, sorry, it's a video of a fox wandering around in a garden where she's painting. Alright, so somebody just got KO'd. It was one of our loners, wasn't it? He's got to be careful with this guy, I guess, because of the witch potential. He can't just sort of... I mean, I guess he could... Yeah, he can't really blitz to get away. I will take that dub skulls. I mean, honestly, at this point, I kind of want to just sort of score and, you know, if we can get a draw, that's great. That's kind of where my head's at. I think he's going to dodge this guy out, or try to. If he knocks the witch down, then he doesn't have to worry about the surf. Or knocks the witch out, I mean. She does. Hate doing this, but I think we're going to Apo that, because I think that's important. Does he have a foul he can still do? I mean... Yes. Okay, so how do we play this? You've got to come up here and take that hit. You guys are just standing. Nope. You are coming around to here. Yeah. Very nice. Let's see. I think it's probably better for him to be here, is it? Actually, maybe it is better for this guy to go to here. Just thinking in case this dodge fails, where's the best of the worst places? "7-3-2 dwarfs, that's a good record. Playing dwarfs, eh? Ooh. That is a dark turn. Oh. That was... I think arguably that was a bit risky there. Like, do you need to make that? Couldn't you just stand this guy up? Maybe it was... honestly, maybe it was an accident. Like, he's got enough people down here that you do not need to be doing a reckless 1 dice. Strength guard, strength 4 guard, mighty blow up. Yeah, you're pretty much sorted then. It sounds like the team is complete. I mean, that's the thing with dwarfs, right? The nice thing about dwarfs is there's not many decisions to make. They sort of choose themselves. You know, your main decision is, should I take Mighty Blow or Guard? And the answer is usually Guard, and then Mighty Blow. Maybe 1 early Mighty Blow, just for blitzing. 1 early Mighty Blow, everybody Guard. Done. Bump, why have you got to die? I mean, I'd rather you die than somebody else, but we're getting into our classic Dark Elf territory of just everybody dying now. Not that that always stops us. Weirdly, dwarfs can be quite fun to play at times, because they're so reliable. Was he trying to chain us into something? I mean, I'm not sure what, if he was. Maybe he was going to push that to there and then push down there and just try and chain us in. Oh dear. Always punished. Always punished. Yeah. But it... You know, not to sound defeatist or anything, but I was expecting it to work. And it's killed our witch. So that is not good for the team long term, but you know what? Whatever. We'll get another witch one day. It's going to be a while though, honestly, and we're going to not have a witch next game at all, because we've got a miss next, and then armor break witch, so, you know, pretty bad all around. I think we drop deep here and just minimize first turn hits. I mean, I'll try and defend the score, but honestly, it's probably going to be nigh impossible. How many down are we? 3 down. I mean, he's a Chaos Dwarf down, I suppose, but you know, so much worse off Dwarfs being Blood Bowl 3. CCL once teams can get defensive. Why can't they get defensive now? I mean, the main problem with our witch dying is that now we have to find another amusing country dancing name for her. Which one was that died? It was the wrestle one, right? At least it was a wrestle one, I suppose. It was Lindy Step. Defensive skill, it stops guard. Yeah, yeah. What I mean is why you're saying how much worse off to also be once teams can get defensive. Are you saying that they can't get defensive yet? Or are you just saying because Blood Bowl 3 doesn't have a chalice? I guess it does have a chalice, actually. I think they're actually running a chalice on it, so I suppose it is a chalice of sorts, anyway. I think they're on their second one already, from what I saw. I don't know how it's going. I still find it harder to watch, so I haven't sort of paid much attention to... I think I started to watch the first match of the first chalice they did, and it was just so awkward to see what everybody had. And so it's such a slow process, and they were having to watch it off of somebody else's stream of it, that I was just like, forget it. I see, I see. Yeah, I kind of like that as a skill. I feel like that'll be quite nice on... I guess it could be nice for elf teams as well. Is it a strength skill? If it is, I guess you probably won't see it. Because on a double, you probably just take guard, right? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting dynamic of... it's sort of a... I'm surprised he's fouling that guy, but... I mean, it worked, of course. It's an agi skill. Okay, and I feel like you'd be seeing it on elves all the time because it's such a huge mitigation thing. I feel like you'll see it, and then you'll see the elves take like guard stuff and whatnot. I think we fall back here and effectively settle for a draw. And the reason I'm saying that is because we don't have an Apo. We've got very few players. They've got a full squad. Like, you know. What is there left for us to do here? Maybe take a dive on the last turn or something? Yeah, yeah, defensive is an anti-guard, so... Oh, but I suppose what you're saying is you won't be able to... You still won't be able to punch that. It doesn't cancel guard, it just cancels guard working when they're blocking. Okay. I suppose that's still kind of useful, though, because you could potentially have, like, a front line of, like, wrestle elves and give one or two of them defensive, and then on your turn just dodge away afterwards. So you could potentially take less blocks or make them do 1 dice blocks, right? So yeah, I mean that could still have its uses. Even if you're not able to use it offensively, just stopping them from having certain blocks, like there may be a lot of times where dwarfs end up having to do some 1 dices on the line, and you know that can go poorly. I mean, if nothing else, maybe they just get some, you know, have a few more pushes than they would normally, and that's a bonus. So seems like it's pretty good. So yeah, I like it as a skill. It's, you know, because obviously mass guard is so oppressive, and it's probably going to be more oppressive with with the kill skills not being quite as effective, right? I guess that's what's making dwarfs part of what's making dwarfs so good, I imagine. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to theoretically playing this game, maybe, one day. I mean, he could try and go in here, obviously. It's up to him. If he wants to try and push it to see if he can get... I wonder if he's wondering if he can get enough elves out to make it worth pushing for the win. But I think he's going to settle for the draw. I think we're both settling for the draw here. The fact that he's got it on the non-block Bull Centaur makes it highly tempting to try and dodge in there, but I think he's going to just make it so squashed in. So he's definitely decided, because I think he was considering the foul there, but he's now thinking to himself, I don't want to give him like a 4+ in for like a red dice block, because then he can use his Agi guy to come pick up the ball, throw it to his blodger, and run up into the field and win. So I think he's decided better to take the safer and better result here, and honestly I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I think in some ways I'm kind of happy that we've got a result here. I'm most sad about losing the witch. Just because it takes so long to replace them, and she already had, you know... She doesn't know where to get a skill. And no doubt she'll get man of the match as well. I guarantee you one of these guys is getting man of the match. But yeah, I don't want to get drawn into getting punched for no reason here. I think we're effectively GGing this. Gonna try and get the level up on... No, he's just gonna try and start the leveling process on one of these guys. Yeah, it really is horrible. I'm surprised he didn't re-roll that in a way. Because at this point, what are you saving your re-roll for? Just make sure we get out of range as much as we can. I'm going to try and dodge this guy away as well, because I don't want to give him free SPP. The less SPP you can give to Chaos Dwarfs, the better for the league. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. So he can come and blitz us here, but it'll be GFIs to do it. So yeah, he's not doing it. Let's dangle a player here. I don't think he'll take the bait, but you gotta give him the bait. Because there are people that will take that block, they'll take that blitz, because they're like, well, I've got a reroll, and I've got a block, like, it can't fail. And it almost can't, but it definitely can. Well, that was an anticlimax, but I think hopefully people would agree that that's overall the right course of action. We're just so unlikely to... Oh, is he? Okay. I mean, I certainly didn't sense that there was, like, much he did wrong that I can think of. I mean, dare I say that I called it? But I literally called it. It's almost a guarantee. So 12 armor breaks to 2. How many blocks did we actually do? 18. Oh, more than I thought, actually. So, I mean, I'll totally take a draw there. I just wish that we hadn't pumped. Like, basically we got 3 SPP out of that game. And that's a bit sad. Which means no leveled ups. And our team is totally wrecked. I'm gonna kill her now because that is a bad witch. I guess we'll keep our movement 5 lineman until I decide not to. So next game we're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7. This is how all my teams end up, isn't it? So with 5-3-2, not amazing. I was kind of hoping to sneak out of a win there, but it's like as soon as I echoed that witch, it decided to kill all our players, which, you know, is not super surprising. At the time, it was a tactical decision. I didn't realize we were going to be in as good a position as we were. Otherwise, I probably would have just let that KO go out. But I felt like we needed as many players as we could have on the field. So, you know. So, I guess I feel like, honestly, I'm happy to escape with a draw out of that one. Because it's a team that we don't really want to play against. And, you know, the first couple turns we had a little bit of a rough start, so pulling it back to the point where we stopped him scoring, we got a touchdown in our half, and then, yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy-ish. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.